overlooking the Ohio River in the city of Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Tower Park is just 15 minutes from downtown Cincinnati, off exit 2 on I-471. Tower Park is built on the grounds of Fort Thomas, a former Army base which was built in 1890 and served until 1964. Although he never served there, the fort was named after Union General George Thomas. He was born a Southerner in Virginia in 1816, but chose to cast his lot with the Union Army. George Thomas went on to become one of the top 3 Union generals, along with Philip Sheridan and Ulysses S. Grant. Many brave men passed through Fort Thomas. On February 25, 1937, a young man named Paul Tibbets enlisted at Fort Thomas as a cadet in the United States Army Air Corps. He later went on to pilot the B-29 known as the Enola Gay, dropping the first atomic bomb in history, August 6, 1945. No longer an active Army base, many men and women still travel to Fort Thomas to do battle, not with an enemy abroad, but with some of the oldest, most gnarly, and technically demanding mountain bike trails in our area. MTB Cincinnati's review of the Fort Thomas mountain bike trails in Tower Park was made possible by Reeser Bicycle Outfitters, the Cincinnati area's premier cycling source. Reeser carries several of the hottest brands, with many different models to choose from in stock, and a professional staff that's there to help. Need accessories? Reeser has them, along with a friendly expert service department that works on all makes and models to help keep your bike performing its best. Reeser Bicycle Outfitters, conveniently located on Monmouth Street in Newport.
My name is Ted Roll. I'm the trail steward here at Tower Park. In the mid-90s, Kentucky Mountain Bike Association came out and decided they wanted to build some trails, so they did. Since then, improvements have been stream restoration and along with ongoing honeysuckle eradication. Well, overall, we have roughly 5 or so miles here. It's a relatively short trail system, but definitely worth riding. Most people will start at the Boy Scout Trail, which is kind of behind the tower. Ready to rip. And there's ample parking right there. You head down the Boy Scout, that's downhill, until you come to the Otter Slide, and you head right back up. And I know there's at least 2 people can ride it, Jason Reeser and Kurt Smits. You head over to the bundle of switches. There's 5 switchbacks. On a good day, you make 3 of them and get off your bike for 2 of them. It builds character. After that, you go across that trail and you head over to the bottom of what we're on, Major Big Staff, also known as the Amphitheater Trail. A lot of people will cut over and head down one of the numerous gravel roads that heads right back down the trail. From there, you'll find the center of the universe at the very bottom of that. And from there you can enter the Shark Loop, which is probably my favorite thing. It's maybe about a mile or so. And you get to touch the trail shark on your way by, as you should. After you come out of there, you head back on another gravel road. And you can finish up with a little bit of what we call the Twin Wells. It's a little bit of gravel. And most people, if you're not absolutely wrecked at that point, you do it backwards. I would not say that any of the trails at Tower Park are beginner trails.
Review.
They all have elevation change, they all have rocks or roots.
Yeah, get you some of that. Get you some of that. Come on, son. Huh? Woo!
The closer you are to the tennis courts, to the starts, are where you find the easier, maybe a mid-level trail. The farther you go down, however, it gets really chunky and big roots, bigger drops, low gear to get up these steep hills. And a good chunk of the trails down low, like where the bundle of switches is, are so steep that as you're riding along the side of a hill, you lose your balance, you go to put your foot down, you suddenly are tumbling down the hill and you got to fetch your bike back up because it's just how steep Tower is.
That was probably the smoothest duck and cover I've seen. That was, you got right onto your turtle shell, and you'll like that on film.
So one of the major characteristics of Tower is that it tends to dry fast due to all the rocks. Keep an eye out for trail conditions. I'll let you know if it's green, yellow, or red. MTB.org or check our Facebook page.
Trails at Tower Park are no sugarcoating. They're hard. So I had a friend that just got into mountain biking and he wanted me to take him to Tower, and I said, no, you probably shouldn't do that. And he talked me into it, and within the first 5 minutes he was over the bars and we were done. So, you know, that's a testament to how hard Tower is and what not to do. The roots and the rocks at Tower, it's not like there's a section here and a section there. It's all roots and rocks and really technical sections the whole way. Tower is not for everybody. It's not for beginners. Give it a year or two and then come try Tower. If you already have some skills, come test them out, and you know, just remember, it's not a bad thing to get off your bike and walk it.
Riders have been taking on the challenging trails of Tower for decades on 26ers, but taking advantage of some modern bike design can help make taking these trails a bit easier.
We're here in Fort Thomas, Kentucky, where the neighborhood's posh but the trails are rough. Got a couple bikes to show you. I'm going to start with this salsa bear grease. It just goes to prove that you don't have to be a Kennedy to enjoy mountain biking. We got disc brakes, tubeless ready rims, aluminum frame, and these 4-inch wide tires that you can drop the pressure with, roll down the trail pretty easy. This bike is under $1,500. It's really a great deal. On the other end of the spectrum, we're looking at this Yeti SB5 Plus. It's got a Fox 34 performance fork, Fox rear shock, Shimano SLX brakes, and XT drivetrain. It's a great 1x11 drivetrain. It comes stock with this Fox dropper seat post, the transfer, so it's pretty much ready. You can hit the trails. Every feature makes it as easy as possible to ride over the rocks and roots here. Let's go for a ride. Boom!
The park's gravel access roads and Twin Wells trails offer some opportunity for beginners. However, most of the trails at Tower Park are best suited to intermediate and expert level riders due to the high volume of exposed roots and rocks, off-cambers, and large amounts of abrupt elevation change. If you're looking to go to war with some of the most gnarly natural terrain mountain bike trails in our area, we'd recommend paying a visit to Tower Park in Fort Thomas, Kentucky. MTB Cincinnati encourages you to join Cora, advocating for mountain bikers and mountain bike trails in the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, and Southeast Indiana area. Next time, we'll visit the largest trail system we reviewed thus far at fantastically fun England Idlewild Park, located in Burlington, Kentucky. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. For more great places to ride in our area, make sure to check out some of MTB Cincinnati's other videos.